What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Three Guys One Mic. Another episode. I'm here, little man, co-host
William.
And today we're going to give our 3 things about what we thought for the first month of the NFL, which is very exciting. You know, plenty of action. I really enjoyed it. What do you think about the first
It's been
month?
great.
It's been great.
Especially for me, but it's been very fun.
There was a lot of hype coming into this, and yes, I think it has all lived up to it.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Willie are going to give 3 things each about what we thought, what we saw, about our perspectives, our teams, and also the MVP race.
Yeah.
All right, before we get into that, I just wanted to say, please shout us out. Let your family and friends know about us.
Mm-hmm.
Please subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and let's get into it.
Tied up by Green, throws it back up top. James puts up the 3. Oh, it's good! LeBron James from downtown.
So with our first topic of today, I'm gonna go ahead and let Willie talk about his undefeated Philadelphia Eagles, and then I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my surprisingly 3-1 Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, well, something I learned this past Sunday, and people can still debate. It's only been a month in, but I finally found out that my team, the Philadelphia Eagles, are actually for real. Now, I understand there were some questions on who they have played, which again, I think you play the teams that are on your schedule. We saw last year the Broncos were 3-0 playing weaker teams, but they were kind of squeezing out of those games. I think we looked a lot better. But this week was a big test, and we didn't get to record, but we're going to reference this past video that wasn't released. But I did say this was the biggest test for the Philadelphia Eagles because of the head coach, the former head coach coming back.
You did say that.
The Jaguars looked very, very good. They also only allowed 55 rushing yards in the first 3 games. They allowed 200 yesterday. Also, 38-10 against the LA Chargers here at SoFi. So if you look at this team, the Jaguars were a very good team. This could have been a very sneaky game for the Eagles, but I would say they played up to the test for the last 3 quarters. Now, the Eagles also were in rainy conditions. It was horrible raining the entire game. They were down 14-0. There was no passing game. As we know, the Eagles were passing very they were very pass heavy for the first 3 weeks. And again, like I said, you have to go back to your bread and butter, which is the running game. Perfect opportunity. You had 2 offensive linemen get hurt during the game, Isaac Seumalo and Jordan Mailata. And Mailata went out pretty much on the first drive of the game. So you have to run the ball. You put up 200 yards on a very, very good Jacksonville defense in the rain, and you guys are missing 2 starters. It's a very good win for them, and that's why I feel like they're for real. Also, there's 2 things that translate about a football team like this. When your defensive line is pressuring their quarterback, getting sacks, they're tied for first, or I believe they are in first. You're getting turnovers. You had 5 turnovers. So you caused Jacksonville to cause 5 turnovers. 4 fumbles, 1 nice interception from James Bradbury, who I was told was washed up by you and Jeremiah also, by the way. And then also, you have a running game.
I said he was washed up?
Yeah, you guys both said that. So you have a defense and a running game that could translate, along with the quarterback that could run. That's why I think this team is for real, because when it gets into the colder weather games, they could really win the games with their style of play, which is running the football, playing defense, getting turnovers. Go ahead.
I don't remember saying he was washed up.
You did. Go ahead.
I have to go back and look for that. But yes, what I think about the Eagles, I think it's really hard to play them because I texted Willie mid-game. I said, I don't know how many times they run a read option, and I think that Jalen Hurts has the ball.
Yeah.
And I think that's how deadly he is now. I think he's putting that narrative of him having feet and being a big quarterback, and he can run all over you. I think that he's showing that this year a lot. Mm-hmm. And Miles Sanders is finally, after 3 years of
not getting the ball,
us saying to give him the ball, he is finally having that breakout year. He's finally getting the consistent amount of rushes. I think he's
third.
He's third in rushing yards this year? Okay. I was going to say, I know he's top 5. But the Eagles, I think they have really good 2 games this week coming up. I'm not putting the Arizona Cardinals. A lot of people think that they're kind of...
Oh, no, I won't. Yeah.
Not that good of a team. But to me, I think that they're one of the toughest teams in that NFC West division. They, as we all know, they never really stooped down to anybody. They saw what they did to the Raiders. Kept it close to the Rams. And I think they could give the Eagles a run for their money. But then again, I see the Eagles kind of going away with that game. I think the game I'm looking forward to the most, obviously, is Week 6. Mm-hmm. Because I told Willie that, like Jalen Hurts, I feel like that's when he can show what he really has in the pocket when it comes to his passing. Because, I believe our secondary is top 5.
Oh, you guys are...
Yards allowed, something like that. So I think that'll be a really good test. But that's what I'm looking forward to the most. And once again, the Eagles... I don't think no one saw this coming. I don't care what you say about who they got in the offseason. I don't think anybody thought they would be 4-0 and this dominant as they are.
Yeah, I didn't think that either. But perfect transition. Go ahead with
Perfect
your
transition,
what
yes.
you learned in the first month.
The first month, from what I learned about my Dallas Cowboys, is surprisingly they have heart. I mean, these past 2 years being coached by Mike McCarthy, it's kind of, even when we were terrible, when Dak got hurt, they put up fights against good teams. But I mean, I don't know if something got to his ego. Him and Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore has finally opened up his playbook. I don't know where this was when week 1 when Dak was throwing to practice squad players.
Yeah.
But he's allowed Cooper Rush to succeed. I think our offensive line has turned it around a lot since week 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think our pass rush has surprised me a lot,
Yeah.
considering who we've lost. And I think our receiving core, Noah Brown, who's been on the team for 5 years, is finally getting his time to shine. And CeeDee Lamb as well, he's played good these past couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I still feel he has some tests coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say he's the true number 1 yet. I still think that Noah Brown has shown that more than these last 2 weeks. Just with how consistent he's been.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people are surprised by the defense. I know you were saying
I'm
that
not
you
surprised.
didn't
No.
think. You said that you think their defense has had a fall off.
I said that I don't think they could replicate their turnovers, which they haven't.
Oh, yeah,
but
they
I
haven't,
do
yeah.
think that they're still very good.
Yes. They haven't replicated the turnovers, but the sacks are there. The pressures are there, which I'm really excited for, and I can't wait for this next matchup against the Rams. As we
It's
saw
gonna be fun.
tonight, their offensive line is just shot at this point, and our pass rush is at the top of its game. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. But I guess the word I would describe them in the first month of the season is just unpredictable, I guess.
Yeah.
No one.
Which has been the entire NFL.
Yes, but like the Cowboys and Cooper Rush, I mean, a lot of people, including myself, you can even ask any Cowboy fan.
Ask
And
anyone
if
in the
they
world.
say, anyone in the world, if they say they had a chance to be 3-1 at this point after week 1, they're lying.
I think
Straight
we all owe apology. We owe an apology to the Dallas Cowboys. We really labeled their season as over, as everyone else, because if you look at what was going on with their team, you never would have thought that this would have happened. One thing I will say is that Dallas Cowboys have shown that they know how to kind of put together a nice team when it comes to the second string. You have a lot of players that were hurt for the offensive line, as you were saying. The offensive line has looked very, very well. And then Cooper Rush. There's no more, I wouldn't say no more important position, but it's very important when you have a good backup quarterback. As you can see right here, again, he's not playing out of his mind. I'm not on the train of having him start over Dak,
Jimmy G, yeah.
but he's doing very, very well for what he is given. And as you said, Kellen Moore is dumbing down the offense for him, and he's just making it simple, and that's what's working for this team. So yeah, I'm very surprised by the Dallas Cowboys, and I didn't think that their defense would be bailing them out to win games like this. I thought they would have helped, but yeah, pretty much the Dallas Cowboys defense is winning them these games, and it's kind of fun to see. Like I always say, the NFL is very fun when the Dallas Cowboys are winning games, not playoff games. But when they're winning regular season games and there's hype around them and people get to hate them and people get to love them, the NFL's fun. So, just saying.
So NFL revolves around them. Alright.
Okay.
So would you say that Cooper Rush, I'm not on board with this. I still think that whole locker room sees Dak as their leader.
Mm-hmm.
But you agree that Cooper Rush shouldn't take over as the QB1?
The reason why I say that is because you have a small sample size, regardless of if you want to go back to last year on Halloween. You have a very small sample size of this man. Also, you haven't seen him win a shootout. And again, Dak isn't notorious for winning these big games, but we've seen him do it time and time again. And we haven't seen Cooper Rush play from 21 points down and kind of bring his team back. And again, what's going to happen if the Dallas Cowboys defense doesn't just ball out? What if they don't get the turnovers?
Exactly.
What if they don't get the pressures? Then you're going to have to rely on your quarterback. Let's also not forget Dak Prescott's getting paid a buttload of money. $40 million a year.
I think that's what hurts Cooper Rush the
That's
most.
also, that's going to hurt your chances. And again, just Dak has been there. He's been there for 7 years. 8 years, I believe, right?
Yes.
8 years.
Year 7.
Year 7, okay. So, he's not going to get a spot taken at all. And he's eyeing a comeback against the Rams, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he'll wait another week for the Eagles or after that. But moving on to your second point.
Second thing I learned, not that I really learned it, but I have to kind of teach you guys and teach my friend here, and even our editor, Patrick Osuna.
Oh, no.
The Chiefs are still on top. The Chiefs aren't going anywhere. I'm sorry. The Chiefs really aren't going anywhere. They're 3-1 right now. They're the most, I wouldn't say complete, they're the most prepared and well-coached team in the AFC. And yes,
100%.
in the AFC.
In the NFL.
Okay, yeah, actually, yeah.
In the
You could
NFL.
argue in the NFL. Now, when I look at it, they have a lot of experience when it comes to the head coach and their quarterback, which is kind of the two most essential things you need. Also, last night, they put on a complete show in Tampa Bay against a Tampa Bay defense that was pretty good. They were allowing They were now allowing 9 points a game. Then they put up 41 points at home.
They hadn't even let up 20 points in a game.
Yeah,
They gave up 21 in the first half.
It was insane to watch. Also, this offense is averaging 32 points per game. That's behind the Lions. We know what the Lions are doing. The most exciting team to watch.
For MVP.
Yeah, but behind them, the Chiefs, who were supposed to have a fall-off year without Tyreek Hill, again, we were told that was their entire offense, was Tyreek Hill giving him short passes and him taking them long. That's what we were told. So, 32 points per game, second in the NFL, and I'm pretty sure sooner or later they're going to still be in top 3 range, maybe even number 1. But the defense is kind of what's surprising me the most. Now, the defense is very young, and like I said, when the Tyreek Hill trade happened, I did say they're going to restructure their team. Their team is going to be more defensive-oriented. They're going to be more methodical. They're going to have 15-play drives. Patrick Mahomes is going to do what he does best. Again, you could take away his number 1 receiver, but he's going to find a way. He's going to adapt. And that's why I'm just so confident in this team. When you look at their defense, they're allowing 25 points per game, right? Which is kind of bad if you look at it. But when the game is actually in hand, when it's within reach of the Chiefs, they've been pretty good. Week 1, they allowed 7 points for the entire game, then two garbage time touchdowns. Against the Chargers, a garbage time touchdown. The Colts week 3, that was a blunder on the special teams part for them. And then last night, Tom Brady was in check for most of the first quarter, and then when it was already out of hand, you're down 3 touchdowns. Then they started to, kind of score, but the Chiefs' defense was very, very good, and they're going to continue to improve. Willie Gay has been suspended for 4 weeks, and now he's going to come back later on. So that's why I see the Chiefs as still the number 1 team in the AFC, if not the NFL. They're not going to go anywhere. And again, everyone's riding on the Buffalo Bills. We have to see it from them. I'm sorry, but it's a prove it league.
Yeah,
it's not.
I know when we planned this out, and I knew you were gonna. You called talking about the Chiefs in your second point, and I was this feeling. I think I said on a tweet. I can't remember when, but I said that their coaching staff should coach the Pro Bowl, literally every year because of how well prepared they are for every game. Mm-hmm. And also, I think they have a squad of a whole bunch of underrated players. Mm-hmm. The Jerry Sneed, Nick Bolton, who to me is a top 5 linebacker in this league. I love the way he blitzes. I love the way he plugs up the holes. He's really fast. And also wide receivers as Scantling, Juju, and they still have the best tight end in the game in Travis Kelce. So,
let's also not forget, what has this Buccaneers defense been notorious for in the past 2-3 years? Their run defense, right? Vita Vea in the middle, plugging up the holes. God. Their linebackers are amazing. You put up 189 rushing yards. Yeah, you put up 189 rushing yards on that defense in primetime. Isaiah Pacheco, 5'10", muscle hamster guy. And then you have Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And let's also not forget the play that Mahomes scored on in the end zone. Just using his magic, doing whatever he could, and he's unstoppable. So go ahead with your point again.
Yeah, I was going to mention Isaiah Pacheco. That dude's just... Man, I'm honestly contemplating if I'm the Chiefs, just putting him as my starting running back. That dude...
Yeah, you need one.
He's shifty, he's powerful. But with the Chiefs, their offensive line really impressed me last night. Mm-hmm. They really impressed me. Not one point did I think that Pat Mahomes was going to... be under duress. It really makes you think about that Super Bowl if he had his offensive line.
And a healthy toe. I'm not gonna say they win that game, but it's
a lot completely different. It ended up being. But yes, I believe the series is tied now with him and Tom Brady, and like we've conversated multiple times, Pat Mahomes will, no doubtly, at the end of the day, be a top 3 quarterback ever to play the football,
barring any injury.
Yeah,
but
he did. Hey, he did come back from dislocated knee. And
that's true.
Like, no setbacks at all.
That is true. Your next point?
My next point. Piggybacking off of what you said.
After he just agreed with almost everything I said.
When?
You agreed with my Chiefs take, so go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead about your take.
Well, no, because I couldn't talk about the Chiefs, so I had to talk about the second best team in the AFC.
Oh, okay, second best team.
The Buffalo Bills. Okay. Yes, second best team. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're a close second best team. I still think the Chiefs are...
A gap?
I wouldn't say
you think there's a gap?
But I do think there's a gap. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
Because of the coaching, some of the decisions, and injuries I think play into a factor as well. I'm not saying that's an excuse, but still, I think the injuries do play a fact. Mm-hmm. But the Bills, what they've done in the first month has impressed me. I think that Dolphins game was kind of... I don't think anybody can really explain that other than just horrible clock management and just...
And it's a division matchup.
The weather, I hate bringing up the weather. It just makes it sound stupid as an excuse. But that's a game they should have won. But after what I saw on Sunday against the Baltimore Ravens, this team they never go away, really. The divisional game, this game, and plenty of other ones I can name. Josh Allen kind of struggled in the first half. We've seen that kind of a lot this year, him struggling in the first half, and then the second half is kind of a big turnaround. And with the defense, a lot of these people went down. A lot of people are saying that they're going to be in shootouts now. But they really stepped up. They give up like 3 points in the second half?
Mm-hmm.
And that, I think, I would, if I'm Sean McDermott, I'm giving the defense a whole game ball for putting them in that position and letting Josh Allen come back. But as you said, the Chiefs, I mean, what they have is what the Bills wish they had. The Bills running back room, everyone's been saying it on Twitter, might be one of the, I wouldn't say worst, but it's just really questionable. Least productive
mm-hmm.
because none of those guys can get in a rhythm. None of them can get them going. They've turned the ball a lot. They turn over the ball a lot.
Let's also not forget, the running game isn't solely on the running backs as well. The offensive line has to
The offensive line, if you have an O-line that knows how to pass protect and not run block, vice versa, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, I still think Josh Allen, with that offensive line, with what he's been able to do, I still think, to me...
To you, yeah.
To myself,
uh-huh.
He's second behind Mahomes this year.
Okay.
And I think the matchup he had against Lamar at home in Baltimore, which we've seen them kind of struggle in the second half, and Josh Allen bringing them back.
I think it's something to be said. Again, the biggest knock and criticism on the Buffalo Bills is them being able to win close games. Not only did they win a close game, but they also came back after looked like they were going to get blown out.
Mm-hmm.
My thing with the Bills is just it has never worked out. When it comes to, what I mean by that is, it's never worked out. When in the
never.
But I'm saying, when in the NFL have we ever? I would say 90% of America was picking the Bills to win and be this dominant team, and that no one else came close. This is the NFL. This isn't the NBA where you could just pick one team and you think, oh, they're gonna go 73-9, whatever. No, this is the NFL. Things happen week to week, and again, they could easily be 2-2. Yes. And it's very very interesting to think about. And again, run game is non-existent. The run game is not good. I do like their defense. Their defense is very, very good. I think Josh Allen is very, very good. But what's your answer going to be when your passing game isn't working, when your offensive line isn't protecting you, or when it's a gritty game? We know Josh Allen can run. We know Josh Allen could carry this team because he's been doing it. But the thing is that in the playoffs, just one thing could happen. You need a run game to kind of balance everything out, and that's exactly why the Chiefs are making this shift to now having a more run-oriented offense, because it's going to help them in the long run. So, yeah, I do agree with you, though. I think the Bills, what I learned is that we have to pump the brakes on the Bills. Not that they're not going to be a good team, not that they're not going to have 13 wins, but the fact is we think they're going to run away with things in the playoffs. They need to secure home field advantage first. They also need to find a running game, and their defense has to be consistent. Their defense was great, number one, all last year, but what happened in Kansas City? Mm-hmm. They allowed a bunch of 13 seconds left, you allow Travis Kelce to go up, so it's like, I feel like the Bills just still need to prove it to us. We picked them. I did pick them, but I never picked them for it to be this easy. I never picked them to just run away with the AFC and just make it to the Super Bowl very easily, so we're going to have to see it from them.
Yeah, that's where I think the gap is, as I mentioned, from them and the Chiefs, is the playoffs will probably still run through Arrowhead.
Most likely, yeah.
Most likely. And that's why I think I put that gap there. Because I don't think I would trust in the Bills in another must-win close playoff game.
Yeah. So, final thing I learned. This involves the MVP race.
That's what mine is, too.
Yeah. Think about it. Now it's just the Eagles, Cowboys, Bills, and Chiefs video. But pretty much, I learned that Patrick Mahomes is still the king of the NFL. He's still the king of quarterbacks, and he is right now the front runner to the MVP. Tell me I'm wrong.
No.
Did you tell him he's not the front runner?
But it's just the way you worded it.
Just saying. King? He is. He's the king.
Give him the crown.
So,
call LeBron.
Listen, from my knowledge, you have Josh Allen, right, as your MVP?
Yes.
Why? Tell me why you have Josh Allen as your MVP.
Because a lot of people were already saying Lamar was MVP.
What?
A lot of people were saying Lamar Jackson was MVP.
Oh, and you're saying Josh Allen knocked him out?
The head-up matchup. That was more impressive to me on Sunday.
Okay, first off, I think we could both agree. Top 5 has to be Mahomes, Allen, Lamar.
And listen, the reason why I wouldn't say Mahomes is because of what they did in Indianapolis. Considering how bad the Colts have showed us they have been, that's why I'm saying.
So, my co-host here, his logic is that he's not picking Patrick Mahomes to be the MVP because of one game. But let's not forget what happened in Miami. You have a quarterback attempting 63 pass attempts, and you only muster up 17 points. Now, if you want to talk about someone at fault, give it to Josh Allen. Patrick Mahomes, his special teams was very horrible. What are you gonna blame when you're in Miami? Oh, the heat. It was too hot. It was too hot. Yeah, a muff punt. You get a muff punt like that. The Colts get it on their own 10-yard line. You also have a missed field goal. You have a fake field goal that doesn't go in. Travis Kelce, he drops a touchdown pass in the fourth quarter.
But you have the king of quarterbacks.
Yeah, what's he supposed to do?
Indianapolis Colts, who have a top 5 worst defense in the NFL, and he put up 17 points.
What did Josh Allen do? Passing 63 times.
Against a divisional opponent.
Passing 63 times.
In the human weather. Uh-huh. In that weather. Let's see Pat Mahomes play in that weather. Oh, he did in the Super Bowl in Tampa Bay, and he lost 31-9.
You know where he won the Super Bowl? Do you know where he won the Super Bowl? In Miami. I don't know.
He had the best time of the year. You know how hot it was? It was what, 95 in the field, felt like 110?
No.
Come on, dog.
Let's look at the stats.
Pat Mahomes has never played in a game like that.
Let's look at the stats. Josh Allen does have more passing yards, right? Pat Mahomes has 11 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Josh Allen has 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Okay, so the ratios are kind of similar. But
you thought they were going to be... No, I know you thought Pat Mahomes was going to be there.
I literally read the stats before this video. But what I'm saying is, Patrick Mahomes, let's also not forget, this is the year Tyreek Hill left. Tyreek Hill left, right? Yeah. This is the year you're supposed to have a drop-off.
Like I'm saying this.
You were.
I was on par with you.
You were saying this.
No, I did. You can go in the video in the off-season where I was literally on your side making fun of the people who said he lost Tyreek Hill. No. But he also got a big number 1 receiver. 2 of them, actually. And one's almost as fast. No, okay, not number 1s, I'm sorry. But 2 big target receivers. Both of them are, 6'4", 6'2"? Mm-hmm. And one of them could probably keep up with Tyreek Hill in a race.
Oh, no. All right. My thing also with his offense, Patrick Mahomes has yet to have a deep play or a game where he has just multiple deep passes, right? But Cole Harmon is supposed to be that guy to fill in the shoes of Tyreek Hill a little bit, but Cole Harmon cannot track a ball to save his life, so he's out of the question. So if you think about it, Mahomes is dinking and dunking, but in a more fascinating way. He's not just doing checkdowns to running backs. He's running around, navigating the pocket, fighting Travis Kelce. He is that entire offense. And again, I understand Josh Allen is the entire offense as well. But the thing is, I just think Patrick Mahomes has more of the wow factor as well. Because again, can we both agree that when it comes to MVP, you also need a wow factor? Yeah. You can't just look at stats, because if that was the case, Josh Allen. Yeah. You need to watch.
When have I seen Pat Mahomes run the ball the way Josh Allen does?
When have you seen Josh Allen do what Patrick Mahomes does around the pocket?
On week 1?
No, no one does. If you put on a tape, no one's gonna do what Mahomes has done.
Have you ever seen Mahomes play in a windy game before?
Have you ever seen Mahomes play?
Game? Has he even played in a rainy game?
What does that matter?
No, I'm just asking. Like, for real, has he?
I don't know. He's also never played on a road game in the playoffs. You know why? Because he takes care of business and he has a freaking home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
He also has 2 really good running backs.
Really?
Now, you just agreed with me that the Bills running back...
Okay, no. Okay, who has a better defense then? If you want to go...
Yeah, the Bills.
To protect, right?
Actually, right now, have you seen the Chiefs' defensive numbers this season?
Yeah.
They're not far off from the Bills.
Yeah, but at all. In hindsight, who would you rather have, though? The Buffalo Bills, right?
Right now.
Who has a better number 1 receiver? Who are you harping on? Yeah, you're saying Stephon Diggs is like the number 1 receiver in the NFL.
Okay, show me his stats on Sunday.
Stephon Diggs?
Yeah.
He was non-existent because the quarterback couldn't give him the ball. So what I'm saying
Isaiah McKenzie? Did you know
Patrick Mahomes is the MVP as of right now. Again, I think Lamar Jackson is also second place. I think
Josh fourth now.
No,
Hurts is 3.
I think Josh Allen is 3rd, being honest. Josh Allen might be behind Jalen Hurts.
Who's 2nd?
Lamar.
Who's that?
3rd.
He just lost to Josh Allen. And
3rd is Hurts. 3rd is Hurts. 3rd is Hurts, and then 4th is Josh Allen.
And blew another lead. Unbelievable.
It's not his fault. Oh my God. It's not his fault. It's his defense. That was defense allowed Josh Allen to go 98 yards.
And he put up 3 points in the second half.
Tell us what you guys think. You think Josh Allen has a case right now? Again,
and he threw a red zone pick, right?
Keep in mind, we're talking about... Shut up. Keep in mind, we're talking about MVP. We're not talking about top quarterbacks, even though...
We are talking about MVP.
Even though... What did I say? We are talking about MVP solely. We are not talking about top quarterbacks. You don't have to argue if Lamar is better than Josh Allen.
But before this segment, Mahomes is the king of quarterbacks.
Again, but Mahomes is still the top dog no matter what. no matter what, we could every 4 months we bring up a point. Oh, who's the number one? Stop asking that question. For the next 3 years, we know who it's gonna be. Unless Josh Allen just becomes whatever and just overtakes Mahomes, Mahomes is still gonna be that guy.
Now that I'm thinking about it, you said
No.
the best defense.
Huh?
Who had the most run after catch yards last year?
I don't know.
Tyreek Hill or Stephon Diggs?
I don't know.
How impressive was that divisional game if Pat Mahomes doesn't have Tyreek Hill to do all those yards after catch?
How impressive?
What did he hit him on? A slant? A 5-yard slant? He took it to the crib for like 8 yards?
10 yards. What did he also do with 13 seconds left?
To Travis Kelce.
Oh, and also, what did he also do in the regular
13
season?
seconds.
And what did he also do in the regular season? Get home field advantage. Till Josh Allen gets home field
How
advantage.
did he do that in the regular season?
Get home field
You
advantage?
just say he did it in the regular season.
Yeah, he gets home. You build a home field advantage by winning games in the regular season. What are you talking about?
Oh, my God.
Anyways, we're ending the video.
He played Joe Burrow coming off the 20th.
Shut up. Anyways, we're ending the video here. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback of all time. Philadelphia Eagles are for
I
real.
just scrapped the whole video and say Joe Burrow.
Shut up.